Recently, I travelled to the UAE and visited 4 theme parks for the very first time. Motiongate Dubai, Ferrari World Abu Dhabi, Warner Brothers World Abu Dhabi and IMG Worlds of Adventure to see what they had to offer. Will the fastest coaster in the world meet the hype? Are the dark rides world class? Let's stop talking, let's get into it. First stop, Motiongate Dubai. Okay, so we have arrived here in Dubai Parks and Resorts, and as you can see, there are lots of little areas here. It's like a kind of...
Get ready, everyone! It's time for Bobby to unnecessarily mention Universal Orlando in his vlogs again.
I know, almost like a city walk at Universal. They've got food, they've got drinks, they've got restaurants, they've got little stalls for snacks, some shops, and then of course it splits off into the different attractions they've got. They've got a Legoland here, Bollywood theme park, a park we looked at doing, but I think the main new wooden ride that's being built is not finished yet, so we decided to skip that one. But yeah, it's nice on first impression. It's very quiet, very hot. I think Motiongate does actually have an outdoor section, but yeah, we've just turned up at the entrance of Motiongate. Looks pretty impressive. I'm looking forward to getting in here. Okay, so we are now in the park. What a beautiful entrance area, nice fountains, nice little studios vibe as you walked in. Reminds me a lot of a place in Orlando. But yeah, really well done. And as you come kind of to this main fountain where DreamWorks is right in front, it looks like it's going to break off into different sections, such as Columbia Pictures. I think there was a Hollywood land, there's a Smurfs land, but we're going to go first into DreamWorks. I'm excited to see it in here. I think this is the place I'm most looking forward to in this park. So into DreamWorks. But yeah, got some nice music playing. Really clean and tidy. Like flower beds everywhere. Looks beautiful. We've got Toothless here. We've got Shrek over here. I don't know how well you can hear me because it's very loud in here, but look at that. That is awesome. Like the big fountain in the middle of the DreamWorks area, and then each area, kind of each, I don't know how to say it, like doorway or entrance into a different land. You've got Shrek, you've got Madagascar, you've got Kung Fu Panda, and you've got How to Train Your Dragon. It looks awesome in here, but first we simply have to go to Shrek. I'm so excited for this. This is ridiculous. Very cool. Oh, wow. This is amazing. We've got the place to ourselves. There is not another person in here. Look at this. Look at this. All items now free. No, I don't think so, Farquaad. That's awesome. Wow, this place is amazing. I could spend a lot of time in here. And I love the music. It's got like proper good ambience in here. I don't know whether the mic's picking it up, but earlier it had like the kind of Shrek Swamp music. It's the kind of stuff I listen to when I go to work, when I'm sitting at work. So yeah, first up we're gonna go and do Shrek's Journey, which I believe is a dark ride of some sort.
Make it an ogre's home. home sweet home.
Better acted in, I always say. By order of Lord Farquhar, we are hereby authorized to place you under arrest and transfer. Yeah, my Lord Farquhar.
Lord Farquhar, eh?
What? What I mean is you're not a king yet, but you can become one. All you have to do is marry a
Princess. Princess. Wake up!
This is reason I'm I'm not nervous.
Well, that was so good. I was allowed to film, so I've got a little bit of footage there, but that ride was really long. It literally goes through every scene of the film. Very, very well done. Shrek and Fiona they're telling their stories to the kids, and Donkey. Can't forget Donkey. So it's kind of done in that, like, this storytelling puppet type thing. I've explained that really well. But yeah, really good. Look, some AAs in there, some just kind of moving puppets, but very, very cool. The dragon scene was excellent, and the wedding scene was amazing. The dragon does come in and actually eat Lord Farquhar. And of course, in this area, you've got everything you need in terms of Shrek merchandise. Right, we're going to move on now to How to Train Your Dragon. Wow, wow, wow. This looks beautiful in here. How to Train Your Dragons are amazing films. This looks really good in here. I mean, it is still incredibly immersive. Yes, you can see the roof. It's an indoor theme park, but they've done a good job, especially around the sides. It looks like a night sky. Just beautifully done in here, and a nice little snapshot into potentially kind of what we could see at Epic Universe. Right, I'm gonna go and do Dragon Gliders. First time I've ever done a ride of this type. So let's go and see what it's like.
Man, Vikings from Burton have explored a lot of places. For instance, Whispering Dead Island. Not the nicest sounding place, but it's very quiet. Way over here is...
Wow, that was so good. Really cool ride system. Like I said, I've never done that before. Loads of physical sets, screens, some AAs in there, and the way the ride vehicles can obviously twist and turn depending which way you're facing. The audio was great. There was onboard audio in there as well, and the How to Train Your Dragon music does get me a little bit emotional. So when you kind of come out over the land, I don't know if I'm getting it in, but as you come out and you go all the way over the land and the music's playing, it's a special moment because this land is really cool. Are the animatronics and the screens up there with, you know, are they world class? No, they're not, but they're still very good. It's a great kind of package ride, that one. If you love How to Train Your Dragon, it's definitely going to get you here like it did me, because they are great movies. So yeah, that was my first coaster of the trip, so I've got to rank them. As it was my first one, I think it goes in at number 1, doesn't it? That was easy. So there we go, Dragon Glider's done. We've got some more bits in the land. There's a pirate ship over the back. Because we're only here for a few hours, we're going to have to go and do the bigger stuff first, and if we've got time we'll come back, because this park is just empty, but it's stunning in here. Anyway, off to Madagascar. Okay, so walked into Madagascar. This is a completely different vibe to the last two lands. It's definitely brighter, lots of flashing lights and kind of the circus theme going on here. It looks really great. You've got characters out meeting and greeting, which is cool. And yes, so I understand there's one big ride in here, and that is Madagascar Mad Pursuit. I have absolutely no idea about this coaster at all. I can see it going out over the top there. It looks like a Gerstlauer. I have to look that one up, but 5-minute wait time. Let's go. This is the first kind of big coaster of the trip. I'm excited. So just come off of Madagascar's Mad Pursuit. That was very, very good. Like I said, I had no idea what it was before I went on it. All I could see was a little bit of coaster coming out of the main area at the top there. It is Gerstlauer. It was very smooth, unlike a lot of other Gerstlauers I've done. Well, my experience was smooth. Anyway, nice lap bars. And I like it because you kind of go into this dark ride section where all these lights are going off, and then suddenly you are fired down the tunnel. Quite a snappy launch. Nothing incredible, but a good snappy launch, and the rest of the ride is fun. Like I said, very smooth, nice little pops of airtime in there as well. I was pleasantly surprised by that. It kind of reminded me a lot of The Mummy. And now for my coaster rankings, well, I'm going to try and do this objectively, what I enjoyed more, and it's tough because I felt like Dragon Gliders is almost more of a dark ride than a coaster, and I love a dark ride, but I'm going to try and think a bit more objectively. Madagascar's Mad Pursuit is now number 1, and Dragon Gliders number 2. Anyway, I don't know where we're going now. I can't remember what the next land is over, but we'll head there now. Alright, so we are now in the Kung Fu Panda Land. This is really nice in here. It kind of feels like the smallest out of the areas, but I'm not sure if it is or not. But the ambience in here is absolutely lovely. Like, the music is so good. That's one thing that I've noticed in each of the lands. They've nailed the kind of background audio of these lands. So in here you've obviously got some food and drink places. Looks like there's plenty of opportunity to meet and greet with characters. Haven't seen anyone on our initial walk in here, but you can see there's a meet and greet area. There's a show over there as well. Looks like Kung Fu Academy, which looks really good. And then in the middle here you've got Mr. Ping's Noodle Fling, which is a teacups ride, if that's it. And you've got your gift shops and stuff. So it's really nice in here. I love all the lanterns in here, but like I said, in the other lands, yeah, you can tell you're indoors. The roof is there, but they have done a really good job of kind of setting an atmosphere in here. It just feels like you should be outside. It's incredibly chilled. Okay, that's the DreamWorks land, all done. Now we're outside again. It's hot. It is hot. There's more of this park outside than I actually realised, but we're going into Lionsgate now. Again, I can see a roller coaster. I think there's a couple of roller coasters in this area.
Small break again. I'm so tired.
Okay, so the first area coming into here looks like a Hunger Games area. You've got the Hunger Games logo right there, and it looks like, at the minute, from what I can see, there's 2 rides. You've got the Capital Bullet Train, I think, which is that coaster just behind me here. I was a bit nervous, actually, because when I watched it, I thought, because it looks like it's some kind of launch forward, comes back up the spike, and then into a loop, and I was a bit worried she's going to go backwards through the loop, and I don't like going backwards through loops, but it looks like it's all forwards anyway from what I can see. So yeah, you've got that, and then you've got the 3D cinema. So yeah, let's go and see what the Capital Bullet Train's all about. So just come off of Capital Bullet Train. That was good fun, really good fun. Like I said, I don't like going backwards. I thought it might have gone backwards through the loop, but it doesn't. It's cool. It comes out of the station and the track kind of just moves over, joins the other bit of track. You have a gentle push forward and then a launch back up the spike, and then the rest of it's quite good. I think it actually launches maybe just a tiny bit more into the loop, and the rest of it's fine. The launch isn't the snappiest at all, but you do an half go. We were back row and up the spike there. You now feel like you're hanging there for a long time. It was good. The rest of the ride, it's good fun. There's a couple of very nice moments of airtime, bit of hang time. It's nothing crazy intense. It's quite just a good fun roller coaster, that one. Where do I rank it so far? Currently I've got Madagascar, Mad Pursuit, I think it was called, 1, Gliders at 2. I think this has to go number 1, just because it's the first coaster I've done that's upside down, had a bit of airtime, had the spike, had a bit of hang time as well. It's certainly not, like I said, the most intense coaster I've ever been on, but I think that's my favourite so far. That goes in at number 1. It really is a very nice, clean, tidy park. The theming around, all studios based. It looks really cool. It's, like I said, very, very well looked after. I do think, however, it just, so far, it just lacks a little bit of atmosphere. I feel like it could use some audio, especially in this area. I don't know if you can hear, but there is literally nothing. Like there's a few screams from the roller coaster, but could just do with some music blaring, especially on quiet days. Like, it is dead in this park. So it looks like John Wick open contract is closed today. Which is a massive shame, because I really, really wanted to ride that. No, there was no chance of me ever getting on that. I've one of those free spin type coasters before in the US and vowed never, ever, ever to go on one of those again. So the fact that it's closed means they have to make an excuse. Right, up next we have got Now You See Me High Roller, which looks like a spinning kind of coaster of some kind, bit like, I don't know whether it's like a Dragon's Fury type, Crush's coaster type. A lot of it outdoors. Let's get on it. So just come off of Now You See Me High Roller. Nah, it wasn't great, that one. Looks like it's going to be quite intense. Like, it's got quite a big first drop. It spins quite a bit, but in reality, it was very tame. Wasn't very intense at all. Just wasn't as intense as it looks. The first drop is quite big, and there's plenty of track there. There's plenty long enough ride, but for me, even though we spun plenty, it just didn't do anything for me. So that one, in my Dubai coaster ranking so far, goes in at the bottom. It's fine. That's how I'm going to leave it. Fine. I would definitely say Crush's Coaster beats that one, 100%. Again, just walking down this lovely area here, undercover, which is nice. It's got some cool kind of screen effect above it. We've got some shops and some fake shops. But again, I just feel like I just need some music or something. Like I said, it's a quiet day, so it's probably way more noticeable than if it was packed in here. It just feels like it needs that epic kind of studio music, or whatever the movies around here, whether it's Now You See Me, whether it's John Wick, whether it's obviously Hunger Games, just something here. Okay, so we've just walked into the Columbia Pictures Land, and there's quite a few rides here. It looks good fun. The entrance area kind of reminds me of Toon Lagoon. But yeah, over on the right here, we have got Green Hornet High Speed Chase, which I think is a bobsled coaster. Might be wrong, but I think it is. Following around, you've got a Ghostbusters ride. I think it's a dark ride. I don't know if it's a simulator or not. It seems to suggest it's a dark ride. So we're going to go in there. I'm very much looking forward to that. And then following around, it looks like we've got a Hotel Transylvania Castle. I don't know if there's a ride in there. We're going to go and check that out. Hopefully there is. That certainly looks great. And then I think there's a drop tower. I don't know if that's in that land. I'm not even going over there. I'm not going to lie. I have no interest in that. But that's over there. And you've got a water ride. First water ride that I've seen in this park, which is Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs with the Expedition. No surprises there given a day like that. That's got the longest queue of the day. And I think there might be a few more bits, so let's go and explore. So now it's time for a ride on Ghostbusters. I'm looking forward to this one. I think it's some kind of dark ride. I'm not 100% sure. The description wasn't the clearest, but it's Ghostbusters. I love a bit of Ghostbusters. So let's get in there.
Battle for New York. Try your hand at capturing ghosts with actual deactivated proton packs and see our authentic recreation of the Evo Chandelier, where the ghost...
It's a bit freaky this on my own, but it looks good.
We're on the way to Bust a Ghost.
And all this.
Oh, look at the ride vehicles. Yes. So just come off of Ghostbusters. I didn't know what it was, like I said, the description wasn't that clear, but it is a trackless dark ride, interactive dark ride. And when I walked in and I saw the ride vehicles, I was like, oh, and especially when you turn the first corner, I was like, this is like Men in Black. This is going to be amazing, but that's kind of where the amazing stayed. The rest of it was pretty terrible. It's just kind of one room that you move around, and there's some cool practical effects in there. They built some of the city being destroyed. Most of it is kind of projected on screens, or just projected onto whatever. The quality of the projection was just terrible. The interactiveness just barely worked. Like the screens were really lagging and struggling. And I'm not just saying that because I got a bad score, I promise. But no, it was just not good. You just kind of went round, faced some bad quality screens, barely any shots registered on it, and then there was one cool bit at the end where I don't know what it is, like the gargoyles kind of rise up, and the final enemy, I've forgotten what her name is now in Ghostbusters, and then that's it. You kind of come back round, you see Stay Puft Tiny on a screen. It's a shame because Ghostbusters is so good, and I thought they could have done a lot better with that, but that was the worst ride I've done here today by a long stretch. This looks cool. You got some Stay Puft milkshakes. You got Slimer's signature hot dogs. Looks like far too much lettuce and salad in there for me. So now we're going to go on the Hotel Transylvania ride. I again have no idea what this is. This feels like the signature kind of ride of this area, given the size of the castle. The theming around here is really, really nice. I actually haven't seen the film or the films. I don't know if there's more than one. I'm not sure if that's a bad thing, whether they're good, but maybe I'll watch it after doing this ride. But let's see what it's all about. So just come off of Hotel Transylvania, another very good dark ride. Plenty of practical sets, some screens in there as well. It was quite cool because you come out, kind of do this first sort of introductory scene, and then you go into like this great hall area. And in there's lots of trackless ride vehicles with people on it, and you kind of wind in and out of each other, going from room to room. Each room tells its own little story, with characters in there. Like I said, I haven't seen the film, so it might mean a lot more to people who have actually seen it. But yeah, it was really cool. Again, brilliant little effects. Not world-class sort of animatronics in there, but they do move. My only criticism, and this was something that I said not to criticise the park for earlier, with it being indoors, is the ceiling. This time it's just way too bright. It could do with really darkening in there. I know they've got to have lights on to light up the rooms, but it just ruined it almost. But you could just see all of the air conditioning units. It was very bright, so it just kind of ruined the immersion. I know there's only so much they can do, but they can definitely do more than that. But another great ride. That and Shrek, two very, very good dark rides. Green Hornet, high-speed chase, done. It was okay. It was okay. I don't know if I preferred it more than Now You See Me. Thinking about it, no, probably not. That was probably the worst coaster of the trip so far. Not bad by any means, it's just a bobsled coaster. It's okay. That one goes at the bottom of the list of my rankings so far. The trains are cool. But I thought maybe at the start, because it looked like you were going to turn into a tunnel, there might have been like a little bit of theming or a little dark ride section. Probably been a little bit ambitious, but it's okay. It was alright. It's another one done. So we've only got one more open coaster at the park to do, and that one is in Smurf Village area. I think it's more of a kiddie cred, but we're going to get it done anyway. Okay, so just walked into Smurf's Village, and it's cute. Could do with a bit of paint, I think, on some of the buildings. I would imagine the heat has probably stripped some of the paint off of these buildings, but it's very cute. Again, well maintained. And we've got a few things in this area. Obviously, it's a kids' land, it's a family land. There's a play area. You've got one coaster, last coaster we needed to get today, Village Express. I believe we've got a dark ride. And then there's some other things. I think there's a show. I'm not sure if it's open today because it might be too quiet, but it looks like a show. Plenty of indoor and outdoor play areas. Yeah, it's just a cool family area. Oh, Smurf Studio Tour. That is a cute ride. Another trackless dark ride here. They're definitely gone all in on that one. But it's cute. It's kind of going through different movie sets with the Smurfs being different characters and being chased by a villain that I don't know the name of. Can't say I'm not informative on these vlogs. But it was cute. There was a mix of kind of physical sets, there were some 3D sets, 2D sets, some effects in there. Yeah, it was just cute. And now we've got our final coaster of the day to get, and that is Village Express here in Smurf's Village. It's obviously more of a kiddie cred, this one, but it's the final one. Like I said, John Wick, open contract, I think it is. That's not opening, or maybe it'll be opening later. Either way, I'm not doing it. better watch out! That Halliburton is back again! I keep a sharp spot down if I were you. Village Express there. It's a kiddie cred. It's okay. Got a little bit of whip with me in the back row. A little bit of whip round the corners, 2 laps. That one goes at the bottom. That one goes at the bottom. So here are my current rankings. The finished rankings after day 1 of this trip. When we head over to IMG Worlds and we head over to Ferrari World and Warner Brothers, that list is going to change. But that's it for today. Just had some lunch there at Supporting Rolls Bakery. I like that name. It's just taken me a second to understand. Supporting Rolls. Gentle comedy there. Lunch was all right. Yeah, it was quite tasty. We got 2 quesadillas each. It came with a packet of crisps and a drink each. And for the 2 of us there, it came to just under £12 each. So just under £24 for lunch. And then we just had a look around the studio store. I think it's like their main mega store. I believe it is. Anyway, it's got your usual stuff in there. Plenty of stuff from characters that are around the park. The t-shirt and the hoodie, which are like the Motiongate branded ones. I think the t-shirt worked out around £18 and the hoodie around double, about £36, given the current conversion. Right, so we have done pretty much everything here now. We've actually had a few re-rides. We've been back into DreamWorks, done a few rides there. I've just done Capital Bullet Train again. So it's about 4:30 now, I think. So we're going to carry on, do a few more re-rides before heading out. So yeah, I'll catch up with you soon. But firstly, as I've said, this park is really beautiful, really well looked after. So I think it's about time that we had a little moment of zen. So let's go and have a look around at the beauty of Motiongate. Right, so we have now made our way out of Motiongate and are going to get a cab back to the hotel. Motiongate, excellent park, pleasantly surprised, beautifully looked after. The park was absolutely dead today. It has started to get a little bit busier, so maybe there's a bit more of an evening crowd. We're leaving a couple of hours before park close. But yeah, it seems like a weekday. I don't know if it gets busier on the weekends. I would obviously assume it would, but overall, very, very quiet. So if you're coming here and you're looking for quiet crowds, weekday is the way to do it. That's a pretty obvious tip, but there you go. Yeah, it's a good park. Like, there's anything here that would go to your #1 in terms of coaster rankings, but it's all good. It's all beautifully looked after, plenty of theming, good, lots of trackless dark rides, but all well themed. By far and away, my favourite area was DreamWorks. I think that is the best part of this park. It's brilliant in there, it's very immersive, and worth a visit alone, just for the DreamWorks area. I still think something like that in the UK, indoors like that, would be amazing. So if you're wondering how we got here, we are obviously staying in Dubai, not Abu Dhabi. But if you are in Dubai, we just got a local taxi. The taxi cost, it was about a 35-minute drive, and it cost us about £20. We've actually found that local taxis have been cheaper than getting Uber, and there's another app called Kareem, I believe. That's another Uber type app, but we found that local taxis just straight outside your hotel has actually been, you know, they run on a meter, has actually been cheaper for us. I'm sure there are shuttles and other things. I know that there are shuttles to the Abu Dhabi parks and vice versa. If you're wondering about the price of tickets to come here, we actually bought these in our hotel sort of reception area, but when I checked the price compared to what they were paying us, it seemed exactly the same. I don't know whether there's any offers, but it is quite pricey to come to these parks. That, I think it worked out per person around £77 for the day. So it is quite pricey to come here, so just something to keep in mind. And we move on to the next park, which will now be Ferrari World in Abu Dhabi. with the world's fastest roller coaster and plenty of other coasters, so it's going to be an interesting one tomorrow. But thank you so much for anyone who's watching. If you're new here, it would mean the world to me if you hit that subscribe button. If you're already subscribed, like the video, comment, share, all that lovely stuff. It means the world to me. But yes, that is day one done at Motiongate. Fantastic day all round. And yeah, thank you so much for watching.